Let's speak about Abml, American Battery Metals Corp. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we're speaking about an exciting company, one I haven't spoken about for a very long time on the channel. Now, I'd just like to premise this video by pointing out this is currently on the OTC markets. They have filed for uplisting to the NASDAQ. They are trading at $2.12 a share, as you will see, up 20% on Friday, and a current market cap of about 1.2 billion. So not a particularly large company. But one thing I want to make clear is I'm not looking at these guys for a quick play or a swing trade, and I don't own a position just yet. I am completely and utterly looking at them as a very long-term investment. So keep that in mind as we go through today's video. Now, if you have no idea who this company is or what it is that they do, here is the summary from their recent investor deck. American Battery Metals Corporation is providing disruptive and clean lithium-ion battery recycling and primary metal extraction technologies to meet the accelerating demand for battery-grade metals for a circular economy. To an extent, this largely is a play on EV, and this is a company I've been aware of, I don't even know how long, probably the better part of at least 6 months, and I did do some research into them back in the day. In my Discord right now, there is a very strong Abml community, and they motivated me to have a second look into this company. So I don't know absolutely everything there is to know. As I said, I'm not an investor just yet. I am in the middle of doing my DD, and I will be continuing to do it for a considerable period of time, I would imagine. But I want to share with you guys the basics in today's video. So in order to do so, of course, we're going to have a look through their most recent investor presentation, as we like to do. We're going to take a look at their most recent quarterly report to see what the financial situation looks like. We will have a look at the stock chart, the highs. We will see what's been going on over the last couple of months. A few points from a shareholder letter from back on October 13th, again, just to get a better understanding of the company in general. A couple of things about the CFO that I really like, and some of the important catalysts coming up over the next literal quarter or two that could genuinely send this stock up much higher than where it is right now. So my friends, right before we do get into today's video, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? This is the first time in a while we've spoken about a stock on the channel that we haven't spoken about in ages, and I'm excited for it. So if you would like more videos like this covering new stocks, please just hit that juicy like button. Drop me a comment down below if you are an Abml holder, or if you're considering getting into them. I'm very interested to see how much of the community actually is. And please, my friend, if you are indeed new around here, consider hitting that juicy red subscribe button and joining the family of investors. Why not? It's free. If you're interested in joining my private Discord community, that's the first link in the description. In there, you will get access to all of my buy and sell alerts. As I said, there is a very prominent community in there for Abml right now. And if you're interested in getting 2 free stocks, all you got to do is sign up to Webull. That's the second link in the description. Deposit $100, get some free money. So we went over the fact, you know, they're disruptive and clean lithium-ion battery recycling and primary metal extraction technology company. Their process reduces e-waste, mitigates reliance on high-impact mining, very important, reduces air and water pollution, strengthens national security and domestic supply chain, and supports the transition to a next-gen closed-loop circular economy. They have a highly experienced team, some of which we're going to go through, the CFO in particular. They have first-hand knowledge of advanced lithium-ion battery manufacturing processes at Tesla's Gigafactory. Abml recruits former Tesla battery materials processing manager. They won a global competition from one of the largest customers of battery cathode metals in North America, and formed partnerships and won awards with industry leaders, which we will get to. One very important thing: pilot facility revenue generating by Q1 2022. We are essentially pre-revenue as of right now. And if you've been keeping up to date with the channel, you know I'm trying to stay away from pre-revenue companies as of this moment in time. And that's why at the start of the video, I kind of said I'm looking at these guys with a very long-term outlook, not a quick swing. This pilot facility will process 20,000 metric tons per year of battery feedstock to produce nickel, cobalt, manganese, and lithium battery cathode grade metals, as well as copper, aluminium, steel, and other scrap metals. So at the start of the video, I made a point of, you know, saying they're currently traded OTC, which a lot of people don't like. A lot of people want you to be on, you know, NASDAQ, whatever it is. Friday, they went up 20%. This is because the company announced that it submitted a formal application to list its common shares on the NASDAQ. So there are several reasons why a company would rather be on the NASDAQ as opposed to the OTC markets. The CEO said, "We believe listing our common stock on the NASDAQ will improve liquidity," that's one of the absolute major ones, "increase our corporate visibility in the financial markets," again, very important, "and create shareholder value." Simply put, a lot of people are more confident investing in something that's on the NASDAQ as opposed to OTC. The acceptance for listing the company's shares is subject to approval based on several factors, okay? But essentially, the CEO said they are going to hit all of those factors, so it should happen. There's no reason that it shouldn't happen. Their CFO, David Corso, I'm not sure how you say the name, Founder, leader, advisor, trustee, financer of business in US, Europe, Latin America, and Asia. Managed 100 plus successful mergers and acquisitions. Exciting for what ABL is doing and is planning to do down the line in regards to acquisitions. He's entitled to receive an annual salary of $300,000, which for a CFO is fair enough for a company of this size. In addition, he'll be entitled to receive for bonus, cash, and equity compensation upon the achievement of certain milestones as set forth in the CFO agreement. This is something I personally always love to see. Generally, these can be things like, you know, getting the market cap to a certain price, getting their pilot factory open, etc., etc. So the CFO is very incentivized alongside with the large majority of C-suite executives on the team. And I mean, if you have a motivated management team who wants the company to succeed because it means they will financially succeed, you really do love to see it. It's very similar to what Tesla's done in the past. It's similar to what Palantir has been doing. It's similar to what an awful lot of very successful companies do. And a lot of people might not look at this as a very important thing, but to me, it genuinely is. I want that management team to be extraordinarily motivated, and the CFO quite clearly is now. So that's why we saw a near 20% move on Friday, primarily, is due to the potential of an uplisting. But if you look back on the chart, I mean, you will see highs of $4 a share. You'll see they're down close to 50% from those highs, which were only back around February. More so than that, they actually hit very, very close to $5 a share very briefly. I mean, you'll see here from the 22nd of January, they went from $2.25 all the way up to nearly $5 a day later before coming back all the way down to $2.50 a couple of days later again. So be aware, short-term volatility is very, very real with this company. But again, if you're a long-term investor, you shouldn't necessarily be focusing on short-term volatility. It's all part of the game. Right now, we see it with a lot of companies. We are seeing it very much so with Virgin Galactic, who I made a video on just earlier. You're seeing it with likes of Palantir, you're seeing it with Tesla, you're seeing it with pretty much anything that is growth, EV, has, you know, quite high valuations. You're seeing that short-term volatility. But ultimately, does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? If you could just teleport 3 years into the future, would you really care about that short-term volatility? No, at the end of the day, you wouldn't. Now, if you do plan on swinging this or being a short-term trade or whatever it is, yes, you most definitely should care. But essentially, the reason they exist, the challenge that the company has to, you know, conquer, there is a significant e-waste challenge presented by non-recycled lithium-ion batteries when improperly handled or not recycled. In addition to an exponential increase in hazardous waste across the globe, pitfalls include fires at metal waste recovery facilities, as well as the loss of valuable minerals that could otherwise be reused. So I think it's quite clear to see the value proposition here for the world as a whole, for the government, which we will get into, and also for customers. The opportunity, okay, demand for lithium-ion batteries is growing exponentially. Anybody who's aware of the EV space or has done any bit of DD into any EV company will be aware of this. In comparison to other battery chemistries in the global markets, declining prices coupled with increasing power density is increasing adoption in electric vehicles, consumer electronics, stationary storage applications, as well as medical and industrial applications. Batteries have been getting better and cheaper. We need the recycling to keep up to date with that. It really is that simple, my friends. Here's the growth of the battery electric vehicles market, okay? You'll see it's still at very early stages in the grand scheme of things, and we should all be aware of how fast it's grown over the last 5 years. This chart doesn't do it justice, but look at this, coming up to 2030, 2040, and so on, so on. Then you can also see the growth of demand for battery metals. I mean, this comes along with the growth of the BEV market. Look at that growth. Again, quite huge, my friends. Global demand for battery metals is expected to grow by more than 10 times by 2030, with a total market value of about 100 billion per year. And these guys want to be one of the front runners, and they're currently at about 1.2 billion market cap. So be it, we're essentially pre-revenue, it's fine. But that's what you need to understand. There's essentially the recycling and the battery metal extractions. One more thing that I would like to point out is this. Evaluation of primary lithium technologies by the industry/government. There was a $4.5 million grant for critical materials innovations. They were selected for award negotiations January 20, 2021. They have government support, simply put. Again, we briefly touched on the pilot plant just recently, but I mean, this is probably the biggest thing right now. This is what's going to make the money. A 20,000 MT per year lithium-ion battery recycling pilot plant. Permitting and design build constructive commenced. Operations by Q4 2021 and revenue generation by Q1 2022. That's why this year is going to be so important for this company in general. This time next year, we'll have a very good understanding of the actual revenue this company will consistently bring in. We'll see what kind of quarter-over-quarter growth we're going to be getting when the pilot factory is up, and we can get some better valuations and a better understanding of how this company will perform in the future. So as of this moment in time, you can see right now, they've submitted the state plant permits, they're ordering plant equipment and starting site work. Q3, start plant building shell. It goes on and on. Now, if we go over to the most recently quarterly report, my friends, May 17th, 2021, very recently. Cash and prepaid expenses, total current assets at nearly 7.5 million. Total assets, about 9.5 million. Total liabilities at about 1 million. So, assets, liabilities, fantastic. For the 3 months ended March 31st, okay? Net loss from operations at about 6.8 million. This is one thing we have to be aware of is the balance sheet we have. More than likely, we're going to see either a direct offering. Given the fact that all of the C-suite executives own, I believe it's more than 100,000 shares. I could be wrong. Again, I'm doing my research as we speak. I don't know that they would want to do that particularly. Or we could see them try to get some more institutions involved. Such as this, okay? They closed a $15 million registered direct offering with a single institutional investor. I think this is the more likely scenario. We're going to have to wait and see. That was at a purchase price of 165, by the way. Now, for me personally, when you look at these pre-revenue companies and you look at their balance sheets, you have to look at them differently than an established blue chip. You can't go compare this to Facebook. They're in very, very, very different stages. So to me, this doesn't look too bad at all. And we can see that, you know, that 15 million, they're going to be fine. So personally, not concerned short-term in this balance sheet. It'll be literally 9 to 12 months down the line. We're going to have to follow them a lot closer. But it's an exciting industry, my friends, okay? And it's one that's necessary. And, you know, when gold's doing well, sell shovels. When AV's doing well, recycle batteries. Now, you more than likely can expect some more videos from me here. Again, this is a very, very basic video, just giving you guys a basic understanding of the company as I research in real time. Now, I'm hopefully going to get to some of the digging. Hopefully, some of my guys in Discord will help me do that. But anyway, guys, if you watched this video all the way till the end, you, my friend, are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you being here from the bottom of my heart. Your support means the world to me. If you did enjoy, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button? Maybe drop me a little comment down below, and please, my friend, subscribe if you're new around here. Again, if you are interested in joining that private Discord group, want to research Abml with me and the community, hit that first link in the description. And if you'd like those free stocks on Webull, hit the second link, baby. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you for another video very soon. Peace.